I'm super excited today because today I will be introducing you to the Digital Disruptor. What's that? Who's that, you say? So let's just find out right away.
Digital transformation. A hybrid future. Status: it's complicated. Every company needs a digital strategy. I am the Digital Disruptor. Join me for one day of clarity.
So let's discuss, and to help me do that, I have brought on Sabrina Meyers today from Hot Hospitality Exchange, who will also be a moderator for the Digital Disruptor. Please welcome Sabrina.
Hello, everyone, and hello, Heidi. Wonderful to be sharing the virtual stage with you again. So I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much to Heidi for what's going to be an incredible experience and opportunity. And as Heidi said, I will be one of the moderators at this event. Now we're here to find out all about this. Heidi is no stranger to disruption. Okay, let's get that clear. She is no stranger to disruption. She's no stranger to innovation. You know, just a few months ago, she kicked off 2020 with the phenomenal and one and only digital trip, which was a virtual 2-day familiarization trip to Stavanger, Norway. And I can tell you right now, me alongside over hundreds discovered Norway in a way that we never knew about. And it was incredible. All the incredible areas that this country and Stavanger also, you know, in terms of businesses that are there, industry, sustainability, technology, innovation, you know, these are just things you don't necessarily just find out. So the digital trip was an incredible experience to be a part of. People are still talking about it. And until today, there's not been a second one from anyone. So it was really an incredible experience. And of course, Heidi and the team at the Mice Guru were behind this all. And now you're back with the Digital Disruptor. So my biggest question for you, Heidi, number one question is, what is it and why did you feel the need to create this, the Digital Disruptor?
I like to start with, I was bored, Sabrina. No, it's I'm really looking to disrupt, literally, because what we've been seeing, and you know that just as well as me, is that many companies out there who deliver such solid innovation fail to actually deliver their message in the right way these days. And we're in the second digital shift. There's a lot of change happening. We have to take on the hybrid future. It's a fact. We are there. We need to be better. We need to do different things. So it's important to have a good, solid digital strategy in place. And what is that? Well, it's really a unified approach. I want to push everybody away from this quick fix mentality with using new softwares or doing lots of Zoom and Teams meetings or building very boring studios, you know, the type of like the 90s TV broadcasting studios with the little curtains or the one screen behind the speaker. And inviting people onto platforms that are bland and one-sided and uninspiring. So what we are trying to do here is let people know what is needed instead of doing just that, which includes your digital marketing, which includes online collaboration platforms and tools you give to your employees, your partners, your suppliers, which includes virtual and hybrid events that really engage and inspire. Because, you know, I always say, as long as I can manage to cook dinner during your event, it's really not inspiring. So please, you know, it's kind of like a wake-up call. And then it also includes the future of innovation. And for the first time, we are also introducing ourselves to the local market in Stavanger and in Norway, because we've always been focused on international clients. And this is kind of the first time that we invite local companies to be a part of this and showcase their innovation to a global audience and to the national audience as well. And as I said, so much happening in Norway, and I feel I literally cringe when I see the things that are happening virtually and how much of the value is lost every single time. People on an international scale have seen so much, and if you come with boring ways of delivering your message, nobody's going to be impressed. Like, I'm sure you agree, right? Like, haven't you seen many of those events as well?
I think you are so right about that, because in the last over a year, we've all been thrown into this online space, and it has truly changed how we've had to communicate, how we've had to work, how we've had to work around with our teams and achieve objectives and goals and all of that. And I would say the first wave of it was basically trying to figure it out, right? It was like, okay, I can't do this in person. How am I going to do it virtually? So let's kind of tackle that. And then it was, you get to know about a few things here and there, and you try to level up. But what you're talking about now, and I think what this event definitely is going to be, is that level up. It's going to be the fact that this is a space that is groundbreaking. It's innovative. It is completely new and evolving every single week in terms of what you can do in this space, But I think what's important to tell everyone is also that it is accessible. The technology is very accessible. The expertise is very accessible. And Heidi and the team at the Mice Guru have been consistently leveling up in terms of experience and expertise in helping clients internationally, which has been most apart, and now in Norway, to really level up in terms of digital strategy. Because it's great, we can all use Zoom, we can all learn how to use StreamYard. What are you going to do after that? How are you going to innovate? How are you going to really start leveling up, not just for whoever is for yourself, but also for your organization? So I guess at the end, Heidi, what is the mission behind the Digital Disruptor?
The mission is really to educate, to spread awareness, knowledge, to give people a wake-up call, like show them in one day. And we're literally talking about a hybrid event that will take place on 3rd of September. Hybrid meaning in this venue that you see behind me, FOMO in Stavanger, as well as globally around the world. So we did it at a time that is accessible to also US and Asia. But what we want to do is give a wake-up call and deliver clarity on this one day. Like, tell people this is what it is, this is what you need, this is how you start your implementation process of how you create a proper digital strategy for the years ahead. Because now everybody's anticipating, with the lockdowns being over most places, or kind of going in that direction, with people being vaccinated, getting their second doses, and starting to get eager to travel again. People are anticipating things to go back to normal, but that will only be like a very brief moment. And after that, hybrid and all of the digital things that we've been experiencing during the pandemic, and that so many companies have gotten to know or made their first steps in, is going to become so much bigger, and you need to be ready for that. So this day is there to show people exactly how you can do things better, and how you can engage and interact. Like, we are planning to connect the audiences in a multitude of ways. I'm not talking, having a chat in a chat box yes. on your silly little software. Sorry, no, I'm not going to name any names. I told myself that, but we build tech stack and integrate tools based on each event. As you know, like, we work out of objectives, so it's like a higher level quality than if you would just use a kind of a contracted type of tool or video meeting platform that you're forced to use by your organization for whatever it is that you do. We want to show that we can connect people in so many other ways, through, for example, augmented reality, through haptic technology. We want to gamify the whole thing. We want to have people networking through AI, and we want them to join in workshop sessions or games, or testing out things out together. We want to have full audio experiences, think Clubhouse. I mean, people are, again, starting to talk about this in the corporate world here right now, and we've already kind of moved on. Like we can see ahead. Like Clubhouse was fun a little while. Now people are kind of moving away from things. We are moving into the next thing, which will be audio engagement in different ways, but more structured, more controlled. So there's lots of exciting stuff that we want to showcase during that day to inspire people, to educate people, and to show them, hey, look, you can innovate also in your communication and in the way you motivate your employees, your suppliers, your partners, whoever it is that you need to impress. This is the thing. Like, let's talk about it.
And I love that. I think I love that tagline that it's one day of clarity. And I think for so many of us, clarity is literally the most important thing in any scenario. And especially in a scenario like this, where we are in a world now which could be very overwhelming, which could sound very complicated, which you think might not be accessible to you. But what I want to kind of put forward for the Digital Disruptor and attending this is that it doesn't have to be complicated. It's actually something that is designed for you afterwards to be able to take advantage of what you're learning, of the new technology that's out there. And now, you've been throwing some amazing, awesome, me, I love new phrases, new concepts, new topics. I'm all about that. And I think we as, people, we love discovering and this journey and leveling up in general. And, this event is going to be on 3 core areas, right? So you've got digital strategy, you've got emo currency, hashtag emo currency, I love that, and also future innovators. Now, could you tell me a little bit more about these kind of 3 areas of focus and why specifically these 3 and what people can expect from these 3?
Yeah, of course, totally. I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody who's joining live. Thank you so much for being here. I see a lot of familiar names. It's lovely to see that you're excited just as much as we are. So let's keep the chat going. Yeah, the 3 tracks. I mean, digital strategy is literally sessions and informationals about everything that needs to be put in place, but kind of broken down and simplified for companies that are not necessarily active in the digital transformation world or in the events industry 24/7, because that we've been studying a lot of this and we've been trialing a lot of tech for the past couple of months. And recently, even we saw the report about there's about 780 providers right now. So it's hard to keep up. It's hard to know what's coming next. And as a company, you are not as much involved in that process as someone like us, like literally doing it day to day. So we want to discuss those things. What is important, what you need a good partner for, what you need to be doing in terms of strategy, what are the key components in your strategy, how do you review your previous content strategies and digital marketing, for example, like 2019 is not the same as 2021 and beyond. Yeah. So there's a lot to discuss there, and that's what's going to happen on the digital strategy track. Then emo currency, my favorite little baby right now, is a hashtag I dropped recently, and that's been receiving a lot of attention. It's literally what the term I like to use for the emotion you are delivering for people to give you their screen time in return. And with, in any marketing campaign, but also any event, the core goal that you have is to move people, right? Yeah. Emotion is everything. And with what's happening around us right now and all these boring situations and all of these congresses and high-tech, highly innovative conferences that flipped to digital and virtual and made a mess and look really bad, we want to literally tell them, guys, it's time to level up. Do you want to innovate and at least bring innovation also to your virtual audience, which will be much, much more important in the years ahead. And you're literally reaching so many more people. You're building data. You're doing so many things through the virtual aspect of your business. And it's important that you do it right. And emo currency is delivered with all of these types of experiential factors, AI, but also all of these add-ons that truly connect people on another level than having all of your people just sitting in front of a screen staring or listening to you in the background while they take care of the kids, right? So that's your emo currency factor. And then we have future innovators track, or future generations, if you want. We know a lot of people, and we see a lot of student groups and master students in events AI, in business development, and specifically in digital transformation. And they have a really, really fresh take on things. So we want them to be a part of this, and we want them to see what's happening. We want them to share their perspective live with us, and especially what they're looking at, because they, from the ones we've already been talking to a lot, they are definitely not impressed by companies and what they deliver right now. And it's easy for them, those future innovators and future decision makers, may I add, to leave your brand forever if they had one bad experience. So literally, that are the key components and what we're trying to achieve with the Digital Disruptor.
That sounds fantastic. And what I really am looking forward to is the fact that you've brought together these three components that have kind of maybe sometimes been certain small sessions in larger events, but this is now going to really just be focused and very specific on these key areas and how you can really just bring them all together and take advantage and implement them within your organizations and within your overall strategies, for your brand and your business. So this is going to be amazing. And I'm very excited to be part of it. So for everyone watching, thank you for joining us. We've launched the Digital Disruptor. Now, below, you're going to be seeing a banner that's going around. Please do feel free to visit the website for the Digital Disruptor. Also, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. There will be lots of activities and engaging activities coming up for sure on the social media channels. And also, the registration is not open yet. We do have a date. It is the 3rd of September. It will be a one-day event. As Heidi has already mentioned, it's going to be in a wonderful time period. So if you're in Asia, if you're in the States, if you are in Europe or UK, you will be able to attend the event. And what I'm super excited about is that it's going to be a wonderful hybrid event. I'm just looking forward to seeing a well-done hybrid event happen because, well, I, for one, have not experienced one at all. So it's going to be super interesting. And also, we saw FOMO being featured as one of the venues in the digital trip. I fell in love with that venue completely. I can't wait to go to Stavanger to actually go there in person. And it's a phenomenal venue. So to have that as the actual hybrid venue for this event coming up is going to be super interesting to see how that works together and how it comes together. Now, if you want to be involved in the event, they are taking sponsorship applications now for the event, which I think is super, super exciting. Heidi, do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So before we head out, I would like to invite anybody who is an innovator or a game changer in a particular industry to reach out to me, because this is a golden opportunity to profile yourself as a forward thinker. So even though registration is not open yet, we have opened application for sponsorships, and we have all kinds of different types of packages where you can get involved as a company, a brand, an educational organization. There's plenty of options for everybody. So for now, I will leave you with a little sponsor video. Thank you so much for joining, Sabrina. Thank you very much for everybody who's tuned in. This was a short introduction. Do not hesitate to reach out to me for more information, and remember to follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, and keep looking at all of the content that will be rolling out from there. Thank you so much. And by means of goodbye, here is a little video about innovation for companies. Goodbye.
Are you an innovator in energy, healthcare, finance, automotive, education, insurance, agriculture, food, or any other industry? Are you a digital transformer? Are you implementing change? Lead by example. I am the Digital Disruptor. Join me.